Welcome back, all my new subscribers, old subscribers, and everybody in between. Welcome back to BoomHauer 69's channel. And today I'm going to do an article I found. I'm going to read about an article I found here. It says top 10 most expensive Beanie Babies. And then at the end I'll give my opinion kind of on it. And the reason why I'm doing this video about these top 10 most expensive Beanie Babies on Yahoo/Finance is because I'm part of that generation and I happened to see this, so I thought it was interesting. Yeah. It says Beanie Babies were a huge hit in the 1990s, but quickly faded into relative obscurity. The once popular children's toys now drawn a different crowd of collectors. The same tiny stuffed animals that once sold for only a few bucks now sells for thousands of dollars on the secondary market. As a rule, the more unique the Beanie Baby, the more valuable it is, which means that certain versions of the slightly variations, variations in style, variations in style, or even errors in products often command the highest price. Top 10 most expensive Beanie Babies. Compiled a list like this can be can be a bit difficult because there is no real consensus regarding the valuations of Beanie Babies. Browse around online and you'll likely notice that most expensive Beanie Babies have a wide variety of prices depending on where you look. In this article, we list the top 10 Beanie Babies that fetches the highest price on eBay in 2021. 1. Curly the Bear, $9,500, $9,500. Curly is a brown bear with dark red ribbon adorning his neck. He is not a particular uncommon bear. He's known to have been given away at pro sporting events by the thousands in the late 90s. Yeah, I remember when Beanie Babies in the later 90s, early 2000s. I remember going to a mall in a nearby city of me, and I remember seeing a whole huge line of people waiting on the store that sold Beanie Babies to get a certain Beanie Baby, or I remember that faintly as a kid. I was about 8, I would say 8 or 9 when the Beanie Baby little stuffed animal craze was going on. I was about 8 or 9, probably around 3rd, 4th grade or so. Still, he's the 3rd top selling bear in all retired Beanie Babies on eBay, with one buyer considering currently worth a cool $9,500. 2. The Majestic the Unicorn, $9,861. Majestic the Unicorn was born on May 21, 1994, with magic in her blue eyes. This one features a iridescent horn, IRIDESCENT horn, a corset yarn mane, and according to the seller, several tag errors. Pinchers the Lobster, $10,000, number 3. Pinchers the Lobster, $10,000. Originally released as Punchers, perhaps in error, Pinchers is one of the original 9 Beanie Babies. The version with the puncher's tag is naturally highly coveted by collectors, but sadly this is not one of them. Instead, Pinchers supposedly features a different tag error that's difficult to identify. Whatever it is, it wasn't lost on the buyer who placed the lone bid of $10,000. The Valentina, number 4, Valentina, the bear, $11,111. As you might guess, Valentina was born on Valentine's Day, 1998. The seller, so I would have been about in 3rd grade when the Beanie Baby craze was. The seller claimed that there were errors on the tag, but it's hard to tell given that the image shows was only the one included in the listing. The under-determined and eager buyer snatched this Valentina up for just over $11,000. Number 5, the Halo Bear, $12,000. Halo, a bear in the likeness of angels, was born on August 31, 1998 and was released 30 days later. Her poem depicts her as a guardian angel watching over you from above. It may be that the Halo was one of the most expensive bears to produce because of the utterance fabric, which explains in part why some examples have sold for thousands of dollars. Number 6, the N Bear, $14,000. When TY announced that they were shutting down the Beanie Babies line, they released the N Bear. The bear. A black bear with the words the N stitched onto his chest along with embroidered fireworks. He was retired in December 1999 and was supposed to be the last one produced. Luckily for fans, Beanie Babies worldwide protested and prompted the toy company to resume products the following year. TY produced a New Year's bear named The Beginning in 2000. The End is frequently sold with it as a set. This one was not, but that didn't stop the buyer from offering $14,000 for this one. And these prices are in US dollars. So for those of you who are from another country reading the money amounts are in US currency dollars. To help you guys, if you want to go to Google and do like an exchange rate from your country to see what it would be in your country. Hippity the Rabbit, $19,999. About 20 grand there. Hippity is the adorable mint green rabbit with pink whiskers and emerald colored ribbon tied around his neck. Most of these go for double digits, but this one with a missing period after the C in PVC sold for a penny shy of $20,000 in April of 2021. Perhaps it's the highest value in the rarity of this Beanie Baby with such an error, or perhaps the buyer was motivated by the charity. 10% of proceeds went to St. Jude's Children's Hospital research. Number 8. The Derby the Horse, $20,000. There were 4 versions of Derby the Horse. The original one, which used fine yarn for the mane, tail, and a version of fluffy mane, and 2 with its corsair yarn for the mane and tail differed by the absence or presence of a white patch or star on his forehead. Despite being the most common of the lot, the corsair mane with a star, this one is supposed to have errors, making it much more unique than it would normally be. There wasn't much description provided by the seller, but the buyer eventually saw something in this listing that made them willing to part with it for $20,000. Number 9. Princess the Bear Digital Art, $25,000. Princess the Bear is one of the most beloved Beanie Babies around, and that's because of the story behind it. The purple plush saw a limited release in October 1997 to commemorate the deaths of the late princess. Proceeded from the sales were to go to the Diana, Prince of Wales Memorial Fund. In reality, the Princess the Bear was so popular that TY decided to release thousands more of the bear. While some version of this bear sometimes sells for a few thousand, this one was special because, per the listing, it came bundled with digital art in the form of a NFT, a relatively new phenomenon that's likely to change the world of collectibles forever. Number 10. The Stegosaurus, $40,000. Wow. The steg, the adorable dinosaur, tops the list at $50,000. Born on November 1, 1994, he was released on June 3, 1995, along with two other dinosaurs, Bronte and Rex. This one is frequently counterfeited, but collectors know that steg only came in shades of brown with green and yellow hues. It also always has the copyrighted year 1995 on the tush tag. And it says, good to know. People often find a trunk of old Beanie Babies and get excited when they see the prices that people have listed examples for online. Sadly, that doesn't really tell you much about their true value. A collector's item is only worth what someone's willing to pay, and that is true, not what the sellers ask. If you have some Beanie Babies to sell, find out what rare examples look like, then look for constant sales in the same price range, not at the outliers. Okay, my thoughts on this. My thoughts about whole Beanie Babies. I remember as a kid Beanie Babies being crazy. I remember going to McDonald's and getting Beanie Babies. I officially, when I was a kid, I kind of fell victim to the Beanie Babies craze, a little bit. I remember going to McDonald's and getting a Beanie Baby, Now, my thoughts on this. Would I today go out and seek out these types of Beanie Babies and try to, get down with? Nah. Beanie Babies are not my thing. I'm not getting into collecting Beanie Babies. That's not my thing. But I remember as a kid, getting them, opening up the package and stuff, and playing with them a little bit, and then they probably got sent to Goodwill. Now, do I wish I would have had the Beanie Babies that I had as a kid nowadays? Oh, absolutely, like anybody would, You see these prices, you're thinking, damn, I wish I would have had that back in the day. Me? What do I personally collect or save from my childhood is Nintendo games. I have a 1985 Nintendo NES, and I got a bunch of games for that. And I also have the Sega Genesis. That's about what I collect, and I like vintage technology, and that's what I collect. But my thoughts on these Beanie Babies, if I happen to be, like, let's say at a garage sale or thrift store, and I saw them for 25 cents a a rare Beanie Baby and I knew it was rare and I knew it was worth a lot of money, would I buy it? Probably. And would I sell it? Oh, yes. But personally, it's crazy that what people will spend money on. Like really? $20,000 on a Beanie Baby? I'm like, I could think of a million things that I could do with $20,000. Even the last one they talked about, the $50,000, $40,000 Beanie Baby. I could spend $40,000 on buying a house or a car. That'd be a good down payment for a house or buy a nice car or truck. I'm one of those people. I wouldn't spend that much on a Beanie Baby, that's for sure. But to the people that do, hey, that's great. And it's great that you're doing that. But me personally, I just wouldn't do that. But like I said, if I was at a garage sale or thrift store and I happened to see a Beanie Baby and it was like 25 cents or $1 and I knew it was worth a lot of money, I'd probably purchase it, and then resell it. But to be honest, I wouldn't go out of my way to seek out Beanie Babies. Nah, I'm not into collecting that kind of stuff. Those kind of toys and stuffed animals, I'm just simply not into collecting. And again, I only collect vintage technology. But yeah, I'll post a link in the description about this article. Feel free to comment below what your thoughts are on this article and what do you remember growing up as a child about the Beanie Baby craze, if you're a 90s kid, I personally, what I mostly remember is going to McDonald's, the McDonald's fast food restaurant, and getting Beanie Babies and the kids' meal toys and stuff. That's what I remember. I do a little bit remember going into the mall and going into this one mall in the next city over, the big city, and seeing a line of people lining up for the Beanie Baby craze when it was really high. But yeah, when the Beanie Baby craze was going on, I was about in elementary age. I was probably about 3rd or 4th grade when it was really crazy. So yeah, I was probably either 9 or 10 at the time, maybe when the height of the Beanie Baby craze, even 8 probably. It was when this Beanie Baby craze in 98 was around the time when I was, of course, diagnosed with a hearing problem, so that's why I probably a lot easier to remember. But yeah, but if you want more of these kind of videos, feel free to like and subscribe to my channel and comment below your thoughts and other articles you may have found interesting or whatever. And I hope you all have a good day.